Hi there.
How are you all?
Hi everyone. Uh, so hopefully it is time. I think we can wait 5 more minutes and then I will start it taking further. Hope I'm audible to everyone, right?
Yep, you're audible to me, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. And in the meantime, folks, I'm sharing my screen also. Uh, MRGT, can you allow sharing my screen, please? Dear, screen sharing on नहीं हो रही मेरे पास.
What does the error say? Maybe I can help.
Yeah, so I'm trying to share screen and it is saying that host disabled the participant screen sharing.
You're the host now. Probably you can try one more time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Give me a sec.
Hi Samit,
Uh,
now I've given you the rights, so you can now do it. A full
okay, let me
permission.
click on the, okay, let me click out. No, unfortunately, still I'm getting the same. Basically, I joined from my iPhone and my system. So the video on which record you are seeing video, please allow that user. MRGT, can you please check? No, I think still I'm not having that rights. I'm trying and I can't share my screen.
Sabir, we can see your screen now.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, finally it is resolved. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys.
No worries.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. Just I would like to welcome you on behalf of MRTG in this AWS workshop, you can say, or the intro course, or you say whatever. So in this way, let me explain you the little flow of it. We will be going through the MRTG intro, and then I will tell you something about me, something about the cloud benefits, a bit of the salary surveys, and then I have decided to showcase a very small demo, you can say, because I am more into the infrastructure as code things. So I will showcase a little demo. Let's to increase your appetite of the cloud or how good you can be with your doing it in a better way. So first of all, this is a welcome slide. So you are being welcome here, and the MRGT aim is to provide the quality education, quality standards to the global customers and global students. Uh, the IT trainings provided by the MRTG are as an IT training certification center. They have mature global resources. They invite you for the advantages of the training programs. Uh, the programs are designed in a way. Basically, I'm not reading the slides. Honestly speaking, I'm just talking to people directly. So you can read it at your convenience, but listen to me, and that will be much brief and better. So they arrange certifications, uh, training programs, have trainers across the globe. Uh, Information system services company also, they have provide a set of services to support the design, installation, and operations of the systems. They are very well versed into the international global training systems and other integration when it comes to the working of the company in various IT domains. Mission and strategy, I can read for it, that our mission is to be a high integrity partner, providing world-class technology brands and solutions into emerging makers markets, and focusing on the customer satisfaction. Uh, uh, Core values is a confidence. So you should be good, and you should understand that if you are talking to MRTG, you are in safe hands. Credibility, the trust that we build to the client, to the students, and asking them how to do it. And guys, just I'm very sorry, people are in the lobby, and since I am being made the host, so let me allow them to enter the lobby. And things are mixing up today, guys. I'm very sorry for that. Professionalism,
It's perfectly
which
all
is
right.
with the okay, great, thanks. So professionalism is that we are going to do the work, what we commit, what we talk, we will be delivering those things. Innovations, as you can see, the track of MRGT is starting from the basic trainings towards the advanced trainings, going towards the skill set enhancement. Everything we are going to innovate and work here. Uh, Training directory, you can see ours. We are with Red Hat. We are with EC Council, with the AWS, for which AWS I'm going to present things to you. CompTIA
Sorry
is
to
there.
interrupt. Hi,
Mhm.
hi. Sorry to interrupt. Can you give me the co-host rights? Just go on Emergity and more, so you can just go uninterrupted. Just click on
Okay,
Emergity and more and give me the co-host rights, so I
okay,
can answer the chat also, and I will be able to admit the students who are there. Okay.
okay. Give me
Okay.
1 minute. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
uh, Today is, and I made you the co-host. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think now you can do it very well.
Yeah. 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 Thank you.
Great. So with the Autodesk VR, we are providing Oracle trainings. So what you can say, it is a one-stop shop for you if you are looking for the industry standard trainings in the systems. Services, we have system integration, data storage and security, data center infrastructure, software solutions, network systems, uh, cloud hosting solutions are there with us, maintenance operations and outsourcing we provide. Network monitoring is one of the key components we are talking about, providing the managed security services, help desk, and network infrastructure talks. So there are multiple things which we are working on domains and have the domain expertise. So after the call, you can talk and take it to the next level with the systems. This slide is blank, and now let's come to the meat of this whole presentation. So guys, this is me. The photo is a bit better as compared to the now what I'm talking to you. I have 21 years of industry experience. I'm working in the industry since 91, sorry, 99, no, 99. Yes, that is 99. I'm the last, you can say the last century guy working into the technology, being a Fox Pro programmer by base. From Fox Pro, I transformed my skill into VB, VB.NET, passed the RHC exam in 2008, fortunately. And during the last 5 years, I started transforming myself into the cloud because when I was studying, looking at the things, I see that cloud is coming. And eventually, fortunately, you can say, I achieved the professional level certification in AWS, and then further enhanced and helped my clients. I achieved the security specialty also. And I am going to achieve Azure very soon. You can see this little man running. I'm not this much little, but I'm going for it. During this time, I had fortunate to work with Capital One, with Humana, with Mercedes, with CloudBridge. These are all the enterprise customers. And that basically helped me to reach to the next level of expertise. So just don't go for the 21 years. If you are 21 years here, you will be talking to a guy who is hands-on and working practically onto the environments and sitting with the level 1 engineer even sometimes to help him do their job better for the client satisfaction. When you are talking to the cloud, there are some key characteristics that are the cloud have. And basically, I was working with the tier 4 data centers and structure like that. So I'm in a very good shape to explain to you people how is the cloud characteristics being developed. So we have seen that people are asking for the machine. The development team is running with us. Hey, we need a machine. Developer need a machine. We need QA environment. And there were fights going on. The resources are less, more thin. And if you are even going to buy a product or a server, that goes through a lengthy product cycle. And you have to wait until much time to have it working. So on-demand self-service is a better approach. You have select resources, access them from anywhere, anytime. You just need to have a browser. So this is one of the key characteristics. Access, so any network, anytime, any location, and whatever you can see, you are using Facebook, you are using services, call centers, everything. So it is broader network access. Resource pooling is there. You can scale up, scale down based upon your business requirement. This one was one of the biggest thing or advantages. Look, most of us, we know that over the holidays like Black Friday or the Christmas or the Eid or Holi and stuff like that, the resource utilization increases. The systems were going down, systems were crashing. The cloud helped us out to provide the elasticity into the infrastructure. Let's suppose if you are going for a holiday and there is expected traffic of 5,000 users per day, but on holidays, you are expecting a traffic of 50,000 users. The cloud has given you the elasticity to scale up, and once the need is gone, it will help you to scale down. And you pay only for that small time of resources when they are needed. For 2 or 3 days, you are running on 50 servers. For rest of the year, you are running on 3 servers. You are paying for the 50 only for the 3 days, not for the whole years. It is contrary to the work when we are doing in the traditional networks where you have to implement it 50 servers. So those 50 servers are forever with you. You are paying for the electricity, the power, the security, cooling, space, everything. So resource pooling is one of the very strong system which has been introduced into the clouds. Rapid elasticity is part of resource pooling. So when the things are coming into action, like the resources are coming here, user connections are increasing, how quickly you can enhance the deployment or increase the resources. So these are, you can say, the auto scaling SAP components, which are helping you to elastify and don't let your users drop. So you get all connections in the phase which are coming to your website. Measured services is there. So it is pay as you go model. As I told you that when the number of servers are increased, you are paying for that. When they are reduced, you are paying less. No rental. You have financial control on all of them from day one. You gauge it, you work on it, and you start paying a system which is in your control. And apart from it, I'm telling you now, there are certain governance thing, certain security controls. So all of these cloud providers have their security controls in place, SOC, SOC 2. And if you are interested to understand and read them more, you can go to their website and you will find all the audits, all the compliances, all the governance requirements, which are they providing you the service through. So it is, you can say, it is a way of saving the client, their security and data integrity while they are providing you the state-of-the-art services. Let me move to the next slide. So advantages to learn AWS. Okay, I am a bit, you can say, choosy here to AWS because I'm going to teach AWS. Otherwise, you can say advantages to learn cloud. So you get rid of the time-consuming task. Let's suppose you have to deploy something onto a cluster of web servers. Instead of making a script or even deploying it manually, you just build a pipeline. and that pipeline start doing this job for you. So instead of spending one day on those tasks, you just write the pipeline once, it start working for you, and you can spend your other time in innovating, in learning something new, moving to something different. This is all what you get. You have the freedom of choice. There are multiple scenarios, multiple use cases which you can choose from. You can go around, you can find out a way, whatever you want, it is up to you how you choose based upon the price, based upon the integrity, based upon the integration capabilities of the service. Then deploy whatever you like. So you can deploy an application, a database, a NoSQL, and recently time series has been announced. So time series, I can tell you, it is the competitor of Cassandra. I was working with a client and they had Cassandra cluster of 8 nodes, and my Cassandra developers and admins were about to die because Cassandra had many deployment challenges, many maintenance challenges. So they made the time series systems into the cloud, or AWS has brought it recently. So these are the things which are giving you the option. So deploy whatever, so don't deploy, go serverless, and deploy wherever you like. So you have a global reach. Let's suppose if you are deploying a website in Australia and that require to be deployed in North America also, you can choose the respective region. Even you can go and you can choose the CDNs to reduce the traffic load. You can work on innovation, keep on innovating, and deploy choices are in your hand with a broader range. As much as you read, you find the way and use cases to enhance your business advantages. And last one, I made it more bold, different in color, that is innovate faster. In previous days, I remember if we need to ask something to my boss, that was very difficult. The innovation was like corrupt. You are not allowed to do test, but now you can do test. If you have a good grip on some of the languages like Python, I just especially learned Python to work in the Lambda function and stuff like that. So if you have a choice of doing work, innovate faster, you can go, you can test it. In seconds, your test will be finished. You can offload your code, offload your components. These are the major advantages when you are working with the AWS. So people ask, okay, I learned what is the advantages to my pocket. Usually, honestly speaking, I don't go for pocket, I go for the excellence. If you are doing something excellent, even if it is not AWS, you will get the place. But why to go to the cloud, why to learn the cloud, or why to go to the AWS is because this is the future. If you are not learning cloud in 6 months, in 1 year, 2 years, you're going to be out of the race. This is for sure what I'm telling you. This is not something which I'm asking you to wait a fear. It is a technology marathon. You have to be there in place in that time. So you start today, you go for the things. Maybe after a year, you will be in a place where you will be see that you are futuristic and you are getting good pay or good raise because you will be beneficial to your organization and adding value to their existing jobs. There is a lot in migration, there is a lot in innovation, there is a lot of the things which are manual and they need to be automated. So when you go, you are doing it, you will get the things because being the part of the future, part of the industry, you will be innovating for them and getting the better things. So salary survey, just I put it for information purposes. You can find it on the internet everywhere, but the cloud is in demand. So it's all cloud. It's your choice. You have to do it. You have to work on it for your own benefit, not for you can't say it's not for me. It's for your own pocket, your own advantages for the future. You can see that cloud data architect, what are their average rates, AWS architect, solution architect professional, cloud infrastructure architect is there, senior cloud architect is also there. One thing I would tell you that since most of you have experience like 5 years, 10 years, 7 years, whatever you have learned in those old times, now it is the time to transform those skills into the cloud. Because if you are using your old experience to bring up the new things into the market, that will be making a difference. And as an IT professional, as a cloud person, or as an individual in your organization, you have to stand out of the crowd. Standing out of the crowd will definitely take some of your pain. You will feel pain, but the payoff of that pain is very excellent because you had the experience, you are merging it with the technology. So experience with technology is definitely going to take you some next level. Okay, so much of the talk. So I had asked MRGT, they were asking me to do something different. So I said, okay, something different, just not only blah, blah. So I had decided to show a short demo to you people so you can understand what is the power of cloud. I was trying to choose between CloudFormation or Terraform. Finally, I go for Terraform. Why should I go for Terraform? The Terraform is basically cloud agnostic. You can use Terraform in any of the cloud. It is AWS, Azure, Alibaba, even it is for VMware, it is for OpenStack. Around 33 plus providers are out there for Terraform. So if you know Terraform good, if you know good administration of Terraform, all you need is to put your cloud skill inside Terraform and you will be working. So let me show you guys the other screen. And this is the special thanks and office information, but just give me my window so I can share my screen with you guys. Wait again, guys. Let me bring my browser to you. And where is my browser, guys? No, before browser, yeah. I will be showing you my Visual Studio Code screen. Hope you guys can see my screen. So
Yes, we can.
this is one of many of my sample projects. Whenever this thing provisioned, whenever I run this thing, it will provision all the resources within all these different files into the cloud. And here I am using AWS. You can see this is the simplest command ever which I wrote for creating an S3 bucket. It is a bucket name, its ACL, its tags, everything is here. This is the provider file where I provided who is the provider, how to access that provider. I will try not to click on the secret file, so none of you should see my secrecy. IAM identity and access management part. Here we are defining what is needed, what needs to be done. Instance will be created and EC2 instance will be provisioned from it. Security groups, the security groups along with the ports will be provisioned. I will not go into it. It has some secret information. I'm sorry, guys. VARs is secret. VPC is not secret. It is the virtual private cloud which will be created and stuff like that. It will create subnets. It will create routing tables. It will create private gateways, internet gateways. Everything will be provisioned through this VPC infrastructure. Let me bring it again to you guys. So let me stop sharing and now I share my full screen to you guys. Okay, where is my full screen? Okay, desktop. Okay, guys. So let me take you to my AWS console first. Here you can see I'm working in the Ireland region. Usually I work in Ireland. So that is my choice, not a particular thing. So you can choose a region of your choice. It's up to you. So I will be providing resources in EC2 and IAM, identity and access management area. I will be making one S3 bucket from Terraform script, and we will be creating or watching the VPC. So you can see right here now, if I click on here, you can see 11 buckets are here. Okay. In IAM, right now 4 users are there. And in Ireland region, there is no machine at the moment. If you go to the VPCs, you will see there are 3 VPCs. So let's come back here. In case of Terraform, let me first clear the screen. And for Terraform, whenever we are working, we first initialize it. What does initialize do? It will contact the provider. Any plugins, if they are needed, they are downloaded to your local machine, and then it will take it to the next level. So let's suppose I do Terraform init and I press enter. It will initialize. Backend mean the TF stats file. Where should it store the stats file? The safest way to store the stats file is S3 or some other place which is safe, because whatever infrastructure is provisioned, all the changes are placed in this stat file. So remember, if the stat file is gone now, it means you are totally gone. The infrastructure changes won't be in effect anymore. So TF stat file is a sensitive file. You have to take care of it. In my case, I am keeping this stat file in S3 bucket, and that S3 bucket is private, so virtually no one have access to that. Once initialization is done, the next thing is, which I used to do, is Terraform Plan. The plan, the Terraform will read all the files in the folder. It will calculate the resources. It will show you how many resources are provisioned. Everything it will show you here. So you can say it is now running very fast. And it says that 24 to add. So 24 different resources will be added, like S3 bucket, security groups, their rules, EC2 instance. You can, if I scroll up a bit, you can see the AWS VPC, the VPC information, what will be populated. So the public subnet information, private subnet information, routing table information, everything which has to be provisioned, you can see security group information is displaying. So it will calculate everything for you. Once it is done, you can simply do Terraform apply, and I press enter. So let's wait for it for a minute and see what does it do. So it's calculating itself. So it says that 24 resources will be added. I have to say yes. Okay, which is yes, and I press enter. So after pressing enter, now it has starting to do its job. This is a small script, so it will take only a minute or two to provision. So if I come back here while it is doing its job, let me refresh this VPC screen and see what happens. So now we have 4 VPCs. This is the newest VPC. How I recognize? Because the latest naming conversion is long numbers. These are all the 3 old VPCs. If I go to the S3 bucket and I refresh the screen, now there are 12 buckets. If I go to the IAM users, there are 4 users. And if I refresh, you should see 6 users. You see, admin 1, admin 2 has appeared. There are 2 users. And if I go to the EC2 instance, if I click on it, oh, wow, the one instance has just shown up. If I click on it here further, you can see it is available and it is healthy. Let me come back to the screen and you will see it is done. 20 seconds. Basically, from my experience, EC2 instance takes some time. So it is done. You can see it created 24 resources in less than a minute or 2, or let's suppose it took 2 minutes, and you get the information inside. This is what is the power of the cloud. Now, if I was supposed to go to the UI and provision the resources, there's lengthy process. For EC2, I should be doing separate. For IAM user, I will be doing separate. Everything is separate. But once I put it into the code and I provision, it is a matter of minutes. This is one thing. The other important thing is cleanup. Once you have provisioned anything in the cloud that have cost. So if you are going to get rid of things, get rid of them in an order. So if you are doing it manually and you are removing it manually, it is a chance that you will left out something. So I always recommend my colleagues, my friends, to go through the automation, go through the Terraform basically. So what I can do, Terraform destroy. This Terraform destroy, what it will do, whatever was created, it will destroy. But for that thing, it will require TF stats file. So be very careful when you are doing it. So maintain your TF stats file. So if I press enter, so whatever entries are back there in the TF stats file, which was added or which was provided, those all infrastructure components will be removed using the Terraform. And you will see it will be a complete cleanup, which means that there will be whatever billing was created using the execution of this Terraform script, that all will be gone. Now you can see nothing, and 24 to destroy. It has marked all those things. It is performed following actions. It will be performing removing all these components. It needs my yes. So definitely I want to save money. It was a demo, so I will press enter. I asked it yes. So it is getting rid of everything. So once it's get rid of everything, I will show you again on the screen what happens there. So let it finish its job. Internet gateway basically takes some more time whenever it is going to deprovision as compared to the EC2 instances. But from our experience, we learned that provisioning of EC2 takes time and deprovisioning of internet gateway takes time. So it is based upon the experience when you start doing it and start learning these components. So you can see it just finished up, destroyed everything which was created. So should I come back? If I refresh it, you can see that VPC is gone. The length in VPC is gone. If you come back here, these are 12, these are 11. So if I come back here and the user were 6, if I refresh, they are also gone. And if I come back, hey, man, wait guys. So if I refresh this component, the VM is also gone. So whatever billing was created at the start of execution of this script, as soon as I have finished that script, that billing is also gone. So this is how, guys, which is the power of the cloud. And most of you are from the IT background, so you know that provisioning infrastructure, provisioning server, or provisioning network is a very lengthy job, very big job in the systems, and there are lots of efforts, lot of time is required, lot of money is required to do an upfront payment. In case of here in cloud, we will be billed as soon as we provision the things. Before that, there is no billing. After that, there is no billing. So it is, you can say, I had used around 5 minutes in this demo, so I will be billed for 5 minutes. This is how the cloud power is coming into action. So this thing is bringing my discussion here to an end. So guys, anyone if have any questions, please raise your hands. Still I have time to answer to the questions.
No, I think.
Sir, I have questions.
MRGT, can you share the questions one by one? So we'll see
Yes,
how
sir.
many I
These,
can answer in the session.
yes, sir. These code will run into the multiple cloud, yes, or some change some attributes or value.
Okay, I can see one question from Mr. Amanullah. How to identify objects needs to be created for instance IAM. Okay, so objects, this is a self-explanatory question, man. You know what you need to create. Let's suppose you have companies running a big shopping mall. So the shopping mall front end is always web server, back end is the application server, back end is the database server. So in database, in AWS, it is RDS. Application server is an EC2 instance. Web server is also an EC2 instance. But for the sake of load balancing, we put load balancer in front of it. For the more sake of the securing the web servers and application and RDS, what we do, we put web server in the public subnet. We put application server in the private subnet, and the DB server also in the another private subnet. And then we create security group segregation to only allow known ports from load balancer to the web server, from web server to the application server, and from application server to DB server. Like, 1433 is the SQL server port. So when I create any application, I only allow port 1432 to 33 from the private subnet to the database server. 1521, I think, Oracle port. So that only that port is allowed. So this is how we identify. So if you are learning AWS, you have the infrastructure in hand with you. You will just map, okay, I have read RDS. Okay, this database is going to RDS. This application server, maybe it is a JBoss server, it is a middleware component, any server, you will identify where it goes. So it all depends upon your study. So this, which I call now, it's your experience. Your experience know that this is the flow in my data center. When you are bringing it back to the AWS, you will then mapping it and resolving it. And definitely you can ping me in case we are in connect after that also. So if I could be of any help on discussion and conversation, you can consult there. Let me see in the chat. Any other questions, guys? MRGT, do you have any other questions for me?
Sir, I have a question.
Hello. Yeah, if everybody has question, they can ask.
Give me a sec, guys.
Hello.
Please ask the question.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, like, will you be giving any more training for the certification? Like, I didn't quite understand. It was just a demo, right?
Yeah. Wait. So the thing is, guys, that I will be extending the training. We are basically starting it from here, AWS. It is a journey. And we are planning to announce the infrastructure as a code, automation, and stuff like that to help the people to become the industry leader of future. So yeah, we will be planning training accordingly.
But is that really required for the certification for an associate level, infrastructure as code and all? Because I don't see that on the course content.
That is required for industry.
Yeah, no, I was also thinking the same. Like, I mean, I'm primarily here for the certification, and I don't see, like, as part of the certification questions. I mean, do we need to learn this, or I mean, what is the
Yeah, yeah, the same question stands true for me as well. Saber, can you help us in case we have missed something?
Yeah, I think probably they are on mute. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm just trying to.
Remantis?
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the format, or the plan for training. How will you do?
Yeah, so I was also having the same
So yeah.
expectation.
Okay, so can you guys hopefully hear me? Basically, my headphone has dropped off, so I will be either speaking at a time or I will be talking at listening at a time. So let me speak first. So the training is basically, this is the AWS training, and we have conducted it for the purpose of AWS training. And that's why I have shown you the slides regarding the advantages of having the cloud, or advantages of having the knowledge of the AWS in the presentation. The purpose of the demo was that you are going to work in the industry. And when you are going to work in the industry, there is number one thing, that is a certification. You should know what is AWS. You should work in AWS. You should understand the AWS. The demo purpose is the industry purpose. When you go to someone and you say that I have AWS certified, that is one value. When you ask them that I can automate the infrastructure using the code, or I will be doing it much efficiently as compared to other things, that is an add-on to your technology. That is add-on to your skill set. So that is basically something which you want to learn as an add-on. Okay, if you don't want to learn, you just go for AWS and certification. This is what we are here to discuss at the moment. Hope that responds to your question.
I'm afraid that does not, because that does not answer the question, because the title of this meetup or this presentation was to gain an understanding of what the associate level certification requires from the candidates, and what you're referring to is an add-on, right? Can you be more specific as to what, besides add-ons, are you offering on this meetup, specifically targeted to the certification, not some add-on.
Okay, I think I got your point. Mr. From MRGT, can someone show the course outline here? I think our friend is referring to some details on the certification part. So that
Yeah,
thing is
yeah.
basically available on the MRGT website, that place. You will be, if you have any question related to the certification, you can definitely ask during this session. I can respond to you.
Rohit, इस तरह करो ना यार, उधर से AWS की कोर्स आउटलाइन शेयर कर दो ना। बस है चैट में जाओगे ना तो फाइल शेयर कर यार, AWS की वेबसाइट से निकाल और लिंक्डइन के ऊपर भी है ऑलरेडी।
Okay. So guys, any other questions which I have to respond? Please feel free to ask. We need to be talking like friends, like colleagues, and until we are not like that, I believe we can't go to a conclusion on how to take the things further. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions.
Sir, kindly define the roadmap as a AWS solution architect or as a AWS DevOps engineer.
This is as an AWS solution architect.
Sir, I have question. These Terraform code will run into the multiple cloud with same properties and values, or say are changing in properties and values. If you run into the multiple cloud like
So the things
Azure,
are that these things vary from cloud to cloud. In AWS, it is S3 bucket, but in Azure, these are the data storage or storage account and stuff like that. So when you are going to any cloud, you will be reading the specific terms of those cloud, and those terms will be allowed in the Terraform script.
I do not have a question specifically, but I'd like to leave a feedback for the organizers of this meetup. That I think if I can speak on behalf of the audience, most of us were expecting to learn something that is exam or certification related, and probably somewhere along that lane got lost. So in the future meetups, would it be okay if we were to ask you to uh, convey the details through the title more specifically, so as we know what to expect before showing up for the meetup?
Yeah, MRGT, can you please respond to Mr. Faris' question?
Hi, Faris. Actually, the main things to organize this demo session was that we want to get an audience and want to know how many people are interested in this batch. Definitely, we will go with the certifications proper, and Mr. Saber will lead the training. Okay, and we will go step by step as according to the syllabus, according to the AWS outlines. So if somebody didn't see the outlines, it is available on the LinkedIn. If you go on the MRGT and LinkedIn, it's all the exams related and outlines are available there. So you can get the outlines from there. And from the next week, we are starting the proper batch. So next class will be definitely a paid class. So whoever will register in this class, so we'll have the luxury of starting and from exam, from definitely as a certification point of view and as an industry point of view, both Mr. Sabir will teach the AWS. Okay, according to that.
Okay.
I would like to add one thing more here, guys. When we are teaching certain things, one thing is the technology, and one thing that we will be teaching you the AWS certification and how was the roadmap. The other thing is that when you are coming to us and reading the syllabus, doing syllabus, going through the syllabus is a separate thing, and getting the professional exposure of those things into the real world, that is a separate thing. So when we are talking with each other, my way of training is that we will be covering the syllabus, but at the same time, I will be coaching the students so that understand what is exactly going on into the real world. I don't want to execute something which is the universities are already doing, just producing the people who learn and they have no hands-on things and stuff like that. Our target to prepare people for the certification is that they should know the certification, but they should also know how to use that certification after passing it and going into the industry.
Right, but if we look up similar courses on Udemy as well, and I'm not talking about low-rated courses, I'm talking about the topmost courses offered for Cloud Solutions Architect Associate. They do mention that no prior development or programming knowledge required, and stuff like that. So they focus more towards the concepts rather than focusing hands-on. While focusing hands-on is a separate line of certification that AWS offers, and that's the developer associate all the way to the top. So hands-on is on a different track than what we were expecting this evening.
I will a little bit disagree here. Look, if you are going for the architect exam, and if I also I'm on read courses on Linux Academy, and I read it on the Udemy as well. If you are going to the solution architect course and the storage concept, even I will give you the S3 example. In case of S3, they were asking you to create a S3 bucket. They are asking you to apply certain things on it. So if you are not doing the lab in that courses, you are never going to pass the exam in very first place. It is both theoretical and it is practical. Without having even seen the console, how can we be so sure that the only concept will make us pass? When we can't draw the diagram in our mind, even we can't respond to the questions which are available there. So it is theory and it is practical, both covered there well. When we are developing and applying things are here, when we are in conversation mode, you have to remember one thing, that those courses are designed only for a limited knowledge. But when we are talking here, we are in a conversation mode. You can say it is an instructor-led training. So there are many things which you have. You talk to each other, you share your experience and other things here, which are definitely not available on the Udemy and the Linux Academy. But the thing is that the concept and the practice both are needed. Only basis of the concept you can't pass the examination, and that is the part of all Udemy courses. You can read them and you can see that they ask you to do labs accordingly.
Yeah, so to take that a step further, where you mentioned they do hands-on, going hands-on has two aspects. One of them is to go hands-on using tools that AWS does not endorse. So Terraform is not a tool that AWS endorses, but going forward hands-on with the knowledge from either the AWS Management Console or the AWS CLI would be a better match than having to go the other route. So I think that's the point of contention that is being brought up again in this discussion, because AWS does not expect the solution architects to use Terraform, but AWS does expect the solutions architect associates to know the management console, and better yet, the AWS CLI do. So I think But again, that's just me. That's what I've been seeing and learning so far. So would like to add to that as well.
Yeah, that's your discussion. From the discussion perspective, that's definitely, this is a great thing. But I would like to add one more thing. The AWS, if it is not endorsing Terraform, professionally speaking, and from the governance perspective I speaking, the Terraform should have been dead. It should not be there at all. The reason why I show you Terraform, just please reevaluate my conversation when I said that you are solution architect associate and you tell someone that you know an additional thing on top of that, that is going to add value to the industry. Here at MRGT, we are not the conventional people which tell you that, okay, this is A, read it A, this is B, read it B, and go away. No, this is not the thing. When you are coming to us, you should know something more than that which you are paying for. So certification is at other place. Knowledge of extra things should be with you in the industry because you are sitting with people, you are talking with them, and you can't convince them that you have efficient knowledge apart from your certification and stuff like that. Those things may not give you the benefit even if you are certified. So our core focus is certification, but we are working on the methods to keep the people aware of the technology changes as well.
Right. So as I just mentioned, don't want to sound too repetitive by saying that AWS does not endorse Terraform. I meant that AWS encourages the solutions architect to use infrastructure as code, that is cloud formation, and expects the candidates to know AWS cloud formation as opposed to knowing about Terraform. So I'm not saying that going hands-on is not the route. What I'm just trying to convince is to have the hands-on knowledge from the tools that AWS endorses, right? So if you look at the service catalog that AWS offers, AWS would be interested if the candidates know the service catalog as opposed to knowing something that is not on the catalog, right? So Terraform is not on their catalog, but CloudFormation is, right? So they would expect candidates to know what CloudFormation does rather than expect them to know what Terraform does. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is very clear. That's why I have told you that we are focusing on the architect exam. The students are going to read the architect exam, and definitely cloud formation is a native component of Amazon. They will be going for it. But if they ask me, if they come to me and I'm having the industry experience of dealing with the big clients, corporates, I will definitely recommend them to go for some other tool which is known by the organization. Like if some organization or majority of organizations are going for Terraform, my students should know that what is better to read after going the solution architect exam to keep themselves in the pace. So basically, when we are teaching the people to become the solution architect, we want them to be the good solution architects. And what Amazon is recommending, that is definitely a separate thing. But what industry wants, people will go with the industry. So whatever is there, the people should know that becoming a solution architect is good. What else is there that will make them even better and standing out of the crowd? The concept of this conversation is going into that direction. We are not strictly binding you. As I said, no, read A, read B, B. No, we are not doing that thing. We are giving you more than that, which is expected. So you can pass your exam, and after passing your exam, you are even confident on how you can work into the industry to make difference than other people. Hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Sabir.
And Mr. Varis, if you have some more questions, we can definitely discuss it off the grid. We can have email conversations. And if anyone have any other question, we can proceed with that also, please. Amarjiti, do we have any other questions? Because an hour is also approaching. So what should we do? Should we take a closure, or we have any other questions, please?
Thank you, Sabir. I don't think so there is any question. If somebody has question, they can contact me on my email. And I am mentioning 2 emails, so they can just contact on that. And you can get our contact numbers on our website also.
So I think it is 6 p.m. The clock is ticking. And I wish you all the best, guys. And hoping to see you guys again soon into the classes. And then let's take it to the next level. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everyone for your time.
Thank you, Sabir. It was